What's up, y'all? So today's video, I'm going to be rediscussing how to begin a home yoga practice. And I say rediscussing because if you follow me on Instagram, I actually posted a similar video about a year and a half ago, yet so many things in the world have changed. We are dealing with COVID-19, different stressors, unemployment, maybe your kids are home from school now, and there's so many different things that have changed over a year and a half that I'm sure that your home practice probably looks a little bit different, whether you never have started yoga and this is your first video, or you have been practicing for years and years and COVID-19 and the past couple of months, 2020 in general, has definitely shaken things up in your practice. So something that I always like to start with and like to remind my students is this practice is about you. That means every single person's practice is going to look different. So it's going to be very, very difficult for you to come into your authentic practice if you're continuously comparing yourself to someone else around you, whether it's in class, online, your friends, your teacher. Try not to compare yourself. It is about you and your journey and where you're at and your body. It's your body. And so whether a teacher or a friend or anyone is guiding and telling you to take a pose or to move in a specific way, you know your body and how it feels internally and externally. Therefore, it's up to you to decipher how to maneuver, how to adjust, to take modifications, and to not really allow that ego to hop in and for you to be afraid to maybe take a modification, to slow down, to hop into child's pose, to catch a breather, take some air, some water. It's totally fine. A lot of the times we tend to see our favorite people on Instagram doing yoga and we compare ourselves to their practice. And I know that I am guilty of it as well. So remember that as you go through this practice, the comparison journey is to compare your journey to your journey. Only you should be comparing it to your journey and your progress and where you were from day one to whatever day you may be on, because every single day there is a slight bit of change when you are consistent in your practice, and whether you take a couple days, just that mindfulness goes a long way. Another key thing when it comes to beginning a home practice is to choose a class or a style that really fits you and your needs. There are so many classes out there, whether it's gentle, beginners, hot power, power flow, restorative, yin, ashtanga, you name it, there are so many different styles. So be sure to look up all of the different kinds before you hop into a practice to make sure that it's something that really resonates with what your mind and body is looking for. And I say mind and body because it's not just about the physical. Although a lot of us come into yoga because we do a lot of physical activity, or we're trying to gain a little bit more flexibility for our physical activity, or we're choosing yoga as our physical activity, it's important to remember that yoga stems from a philosophical as well as a religious background. Therefore, integrating that into your life, you can pick pieces of it, but it plays a large role in your mental state, and that is with any physical activity as well. So it is physical as well as mental, and sometimes emotional and spiritual, depending on how deep you hop into your personal yoga practice. Once you choose a specific class or a style and you try it out, remember that it is okay to use props, to Do not be afraid to use props. A lot of the times we think of props as crutches, and they are not crutches. They are tools to help us exactly where we are right now in our mind and our body. And they can actually help deepen stretches and help us achieve those little kinks and getting out those little tension spots that we may not have been able to obtain without them. Another thing to remember is to breathe. We oftentimes get so wrapped up in the physical aspect that we forget our breath work and our core are solid foundations in building a strong yoga practice. Anytime we move our bodies and flow or do any type of physical activity or exercise, we're really exerting a higher level of breath force, as well as utilizing that core strength. And the stronger we are in our core and our breath, the more conscientious we are in our movements. Therefore, we can create longevity through injury prevention versus having to go through injury rehabilitation. And once you try out a specific class or a style, remember, it's okay if it didn't exactly resonate with you, the teacher didn't exactly flow with the style that you were looking for, or maybe you were just looking for something more intense, less intense, or it just wasn't right for your body in this time. There are millions of teachers out there and hundreds of different styles. So not everyone and not every style is going to resonate with you, and that is completely okay. My doggy, going with your mission. So it's okay if every teacher does not resonate with you. Don't let that create fear and scare you away from trying a different class, a different style, a different teacher, because remember, the practice is all about you and how you feel. There's so many different kinds out there, and I encourage you to test it out, to flow with the energy, to see what kind of goodness is there for you, because we just hope that you leave every practice feeling your best self, your most authentic self, and hopefully leaving knowing that you showed up for you and you are stepping into the best and highest version of yourself through self-care. So if you liked this video, found any of the information useful, please drop a comment, a like, a share, a subscribe. Be sure to let all of your friends know that we will be creating more tutorials and videos to help you along your journey within your self-practice. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram. All of that will be down in the show notes below. And until next time, peace.